Hello YouTube. This Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time to take a look at more knives. Now, first, an announcement before I begin. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos the third Saturday in October. That's October 22nd, 2022. I'm recording this on October 2nd. October 22nd, 2022, we're going to have a big knife sale. It's a lot of the knives that I haven't offered before. Big sets of knives. Frankly, my favorites. Obviously, I'll have videos leading up to that. We'll have videos all over the place. Check out my sales videos, my knife sales videos, and especially in the description area so that you know how I do sales. There's a process for doing them. Okay, so check those out so you get familiar with stuff. Here's 4 knives that will be included in the sale, but I just wanted to talk about these 4 knives. These knives that you see in front of you were designed by the late Elijah Isham. He just passed away a couple of years ago. Google his name, and I'm sure they'll talk about his passing and all of his knives, I hope. I got familiar with his design of knives with this. You guys know I'm a big Brous blades fan. In fact, I'm going to offer some Brous blades, the original Brous blades. Okay, the ones we call mid-techs, not the Japanese copies that he has put out. And he talked about the Raven. And this is the Raven. And as you can see by these 4 knives, the thing that's very familiar, and he didn't just make these 4, he's made a lot of knives. They all have this unique shape. The unique, I mean, it's a weird shape to some, but man, it feels so good in the hand. It really does. And this is one of the big ones. This is the one that I saw first. Brous Blades Raven, 3.8 inch blade, and of course his Brous Blades, the steel is D2 steel. It's a flipper, and I'll tell you, you'll see me, especially with this. It flips great. That was me. Especially with these big flippers from him, I'm always a little cautious when I close it. And I'll tell you why. Part of his design is, you see this, the back of the blade? The cutout is a little bit bigger. And so when you close it, I'm familiar with, the pointy edge coming right here, and I know that it'll catch on my thumb. And because that's cut off, I'm usually a little bit more cautious. But look at this beautiful design. I love on his blades, they usually are open in some fashion, which makes it a little bit lighter, of course. This is all titanium Raven with the frame lock. It's real clean design. Super balanced and light. Now that's Brous Blades doing a lot of that. But I just love this design. This is the Raven. What number is this? This is the Raven number 53 of the 250 that Brous Blade made. One of his limited editions. I just love it. And that's the thing. It's design, but the design does not get in the way of function. Now these are the big knives. Wait till we get to the smaller knives, which are just my favorite from We Knives. We Knife Company. This is the second one from Brous Blades. Again, all titanium. This one, you see this? It's all open, but what you see, the black, is the steel liners. So this has liners and a liner lock as well. But you get that same, I like that they have the liners too, because it gives you some purchase when you're opening it. You know, there's no scales there pretty much because it's cut away so much. So I love how he did the liner. Just a real nice. This is the Echelon. The Brous Blades Echelon. 4.1 inch blade, D2 steel. That tantal, look at that long tantal. Acid wash blade. Just a real nice knife. That's the big one. Now, let me just tell you about We Knife collection. And I might have offered one or two of my We Knife collection. You guys know I love Spyderco. I love Chris Reeves. I love Brous Blades. You know, I love a lot of those kinds of knives. I love the Bug Out from Benchmade. We Knife, I really didn't like a lot of their bigger, bulkier knives, but I started finding some excellent knives from We Knives. I'll show you these as the weeks lead up to the sale and offer some of them. A lot of the ones that I liked are no longer available from We Knife, but I did want to show you them, and they're some of my favorites. But the last two of my Elijah Isham knives, again, there are a lot of them. He worked with a lot of knife makers. I don't know how many, but when you see them, you kind of know that it's his. I mean, this is a completely different knife than the Raven and the Echelon, right? This is We Knife Company. And this is the Aeterna. The Aeterna. And as you can see, it's a lot smaller. 3.9 inch blade. That Warncliffe blade. Bowler M390 steel. This is the flipper. I love this knife. Carbon fiber. Titanium. It's anodized. With these wonderful colors. Is that nice? The clip that almost disappears with the design. It's so nice. With the flipper, again, you can see his signature open knife, right? He gets a cutout in the knife. Cutout in the body as well. I like this knife because, now listen, I know some of you, my grandchildren live in Florida, where my son-in-law was brought up, right? And so my 5 boys are down there. Where they live, everyone has a knife. You know, they don't even talk about it. They carry it because they use it. They're outside a lot. It's hot, etc. I'm in the city. Always have been in big cities. And as you know, you can scare people pulling out a knife in the big city. But what I love about this is no matter where you are, even when you pull it out, you can set this on a desk. First, they don't even know what it is at first. But when you open it, I get more people wanting to play with it than anything else because of its great looks. But this is a really nice knife. You see that? And then, I have to say it's my favorite. It's the smallest. It's not a flipper. The only one not a flipper. It's a slip joint. It's not a slip joint. What am I talking about? It has a lock. But it's not a flipper. Look at this. Yeah. This is the We Knife Pleroma. Plecoma. Now, all of these knives are no longer distributed, discontinued. But look at that. I love the kind of gold or bronze on the titanium. And again, the carbon fiber. It all feels great. There's that opening. And of course, they have the thumb lug But I usually just, you know, hey, I'm a Spyderco guy. You can use any of that opening to open it, right? Again, kind of a Warncliffe, just a little itty bitty bit of a belly on the Warncliffe. Frame lock. But what a nice knife. Again, disappears. This is a gentleman's folder. This, to me, people don't talk about it as a gentleman's folder. People don't even talk about it because it was just offered for a little bit. But to me, a gentleman's folder is any knife that, if you could, depending on where you live, put it in your pocket for church. That's a gentleman's folder. If you work in the office, in a department where you don't use it all the time. You know, there are departments like shipping and mailroom and other places, depending on where you work. Construction, everybody has one. But this is a knife that in those jobs, people go, nah, this knife is too good for that. And the guys in the office, this is the knife I had in my pocket a lot. Not really. Not a lot. But this is one that I would have to show off. None of these knives have ever been used, cut. People say, God, you always have all these knives and you don't use them. And then you get, the guys who say, I always use my knives. Good for you, buddy. I always use mine too. I have about 100 knives. About 30 of them are, Spyderco knives that don't cost as much as a lot of the other knives. And so I use a lot of knives around the house. They're all around the house. They just don't happen to be these. But, I love it. I just wanted to give you a look. More knives coming your way. This is not a big part of the sale. The sale is going to include things like the entire Spyderco Sage series. Okay? Yeah, it's going to include a lot of knives. A lot of different knives and some classics as well. It'll include, all the Delicas I have, the Enduras, what else? The Manics. And then we'll include a lot of other knives from a lot of other makers. But I just wanted to show these. I probably made a video of one or two of these, but I never showed you all 4 of them. And I just wanted to get that made and to show you guys these very unique knives from a young designer who passed away way too soon, Elijah Isham. All right, so that's the announcement. 3rd Saturday of October. I'm recording this October 2nd. That's October 22nd, a big knife sale. Also, let's see, what else? Yeah, that'll be happening then. Check out the videos that I have on sales. And don't forget to look at the descriptions. That's the important part that explains how the sales go. It's first come, first serve. Man, it's good to be on YouTube again. I miss you guys as friends. You make me happier. Hey, take good care of yourselves, okay? I have found going through some family stuff recently, in recent months, that have almost torn me down. But what I have figured out is you got to take care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself. No matter how strong of a man you think you are, that helps you to help your family, your kids, your partner, etc. Okay, so please take good care of yourselves. And keep those pockets full. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the... What do you hit? Hit the bell. Do all kinds of stuff. I appreciate all of you. Take good care of yourselves. Goodbye.